Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Mama.
All right, welcome back. Happy to have you. Today we are going to start our...
All right, finally made it. So today I'm going to be, for just a little bit before my regular show that will be at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, I have been studying the ABA trainings that they're giving, and studying for the BCBA and the RBT, which are basically the therapists that do autism. The reason is that do therapy for autism and ABA. I wanted to see from the inside exactly what they are teaching. and it gets worse and worse as it goes. I knew it was going to be bad. I had no idea how bad it was. I have not seen this video, but I can tell you for sure, I haven't even seen this person before. The last thing that's going to be mentioned is the well-being of the patient. It's a rarity for them to even touch upon it, and the only time I've seen it touched upon out of a 30-minute training was a part of a sentence where it mentioned autistics and ethics in the same sentence, and that's as close as we've gotten, which is very, very unfortunate. So I want to take a look at this, a few of these trainings today, and take a look at what they're really teaching. So let's get into it.
But you got this. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do amazing, and you're gonna be an amazing RBT.
Turn off the damn music.
You are gonna be amazing. It goes about doing it, so you know what to expect. But if you just
I'm sorry, that music was so loud I couldn't understand what you were saying anyway. So.
them, whether you're new or you just kind of want a refresher or.
Oh, crap. I did not realize that I did not have my main camera set up. I thought I was already good to go. I might have to restart the stream real quick because a lot of times this camera does not want to turn on spontaneously. Hey, we got it! Yay! Alright, I'm online. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, moving right along.
Be a student. I talk about my experience and what I've seen as far as how the BCBAs are doing and how I do it. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks. You're gonna get right into it. From my experience, a lot of anxiety around the assessment. It's the first time most of your BCBAs are getting kind of examined and asked questions. This is their first test. So they're incredibly nervous. You know, in these days we have our expectations and they know that. So I always try to go in with the mindset of it's okay. You're gonna pass, you're gonna be great. And something that I work for, we give them 3 tries to pass. So if they don't pass the first time, I'll give them resources, I'll give them tips, training, things like that. I'll let them know, like, hey, if they don't pass, it's okay. We're gonna work on it together. I give them a heads up tomorrow afternoon we're gonna be doing your competency. So that way they're prepared. And sometimes that helps in terms of big words because it gives them be able to start to practice their expectation and communication. So I like to do that. And also throughout this video I'm going to be referring to the cognitive content assessment instead of COM or RBT COM. It's all the same thing. I just call it RBT COM because the other ones are get mouthful. So don't be confused on those. This first we're going to talk about how it's been done and how you're basically not doing it and after that and we're going to get to the content. There's 2 different kind of competencies here. There's the initial and then there's the review. Make sure you're not doing the review. So how you know is the initial, you haven't taken your exam yet, very much time not really that. You probably
Okay, the first thing to notice right off the bat, it's all about the therapist. There has been no mention of the well-being of the patient. We're not even going to talk about them. And this is what's very, very common with ABA. Now, I've been through shit. I've been through nursing school. I've been through EMT school multiple times. I've been through hospital core school, FMS training. I've been through quite a. I've been through various CNA programs and just all kinds of different things. And the one thing that was always stressed, no matter what, was the patient well-being. That was the number one most important thing. And here we have it's the last thing that it's not even the last. It's not even considered.
Or into like interview style, so sitting down and me asking you questions is going to be really important because quiet is what PTSD is all about. And this can be done anytime, anywhere. Your EPA could be here. There are a few other certifications you can do it, like the PCA can do it. Somebody that's in like supervision training, being supervised by PCA. Feel free to ask who's doing it. They can tell you. But typically for your BCBA, yeah, we're in clinic for any holiday. Sit down, interview style, and go through most of it just like that. Or BCBAs like to do it on the floor with clients, working one-on-one, having to answer questions about working and taking implement all of these things, having listening. So BCBAs like that, come to a combination, it all depends on what they want to do. So a BCBA can get away with doing interview style for all of them except for the function, facilitation, and reduction. This is what you go to have to do with it. So if you're sitting down and you're doing most of it, that's okay. There's some parts you have to rely on for. For me personally, I prefer to sit down. I know some people have anxiety or a lot of anxiety about this. So I like to sit down and just chat about it. I feel like we can get a little bit more information because sometimes it's very as well. So like we're talking about a term and like super close, reaching this little thing. I like to have an opportunity to chat about it. And also I find that if I sit down with the HRBT, they're much more likely to ask a question and that's important. They need to hear for them and that I'm available to answer the questions. They might have an exam to want to response. That's okay. So I like to take a combination approach of watching you do some of it with the client, repeat it, and then we have to ask sometimes I'll do both for some questions. It also depends on people's strengths and weaknesses. And then you're also usually going to go with your company and the population that you're working with. So if you're working with little ones or teenagers, those are your the exams can cover all the topics and they are going to come in general. Since we're applying the information, it's going to be
No.
the content typically. There are some people that do it on their own, get on the account and then go to a company, which is so interesting. So they might find their own client. I'm not sure how they find their client. Maybe they use contacts or friends and something that they do it on. I'm not sure because like I don't really hire or do RBT from virtually, which is interesting. So that's done. Let me know how that went. So another thing to know is if you fail the RBT comp the first time, you have more time or done it, have a limit on how many to come. But it all comes to your training and when you do it. Typically, if you are really close to the end of the course, this is important to let you know you're trying later. If you need to step a few things, usually put like a sticky note, like hey, this is going to cover, put it on the next day, and just kind of depends on your level of that. To make sure there's enough chances in order to be inside on that, to make sure you're not losing time confidence. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So our first measurement.
So we just said she just spent 7 minutes just on nothing. Oh my word.
So as a DCBA from the measurement section, it's going to be mostly recalling information. So for continuous and discontinuous, I want you to be able to tell me kind of what those terms are, what terms fall under which category. So that's really clear. I just want to make sure you wrote down. And then can you apply it? So if I say taking this with circumcision on the job and you were able to do that. For discontinuous
Okay, I'm going to just skip this because she's not really teaching anything,
All right, welcome
unfortunately. So, we'll try this gal.
Hi there, welcome to Fact Friday. This week I'm talking about the difference between pivotal behaviors and behavior cusps. These terms come up for us when we talk about what target behaviors we should be prioritizing. And there's a lot to consider, but behaviors that are pivotal or cusp should always be.
See this right off the bat. She is not talking about the well-being of the patient. Is she going straight in? This is always about the therapist. All the training is about the therapist, not the patient.
Prioritized. A common question that I hear a lot is, what's the difference between these two terms? And what's funny is that many behaviors are both pivotal and behavior cusp. But still, there are distinctions, even though some people say they're sort of synonymous terms. So what are the differences? Well, let's talk about pivotal behaviors first. These are any behaviors which, when acquired, result in response generalization to untrained behaviors. So things like eye contact, approaching others, choice making, management skills. You can see that you can train approaching and
I don't know why TikTok does this to me, but they just said that I was doing copyright infringement or something, and it's like, no, I really can't be right now.
contact self-management in one context, and then that could lead to not only exhibiting that behavior in the trained context, but also lead to untrained generalization, or even maybe more sophisticated social skills or behaviors. You probably have heard it often affiliated with pivotal response training, and specifically training social skills to people with autism or other developmental disabilities. Learning to approach others is a pivotal behavior because what can it generalize to? Asking questions, social engagement, conversational language. Now, cusps, these are behaviors that result in accessing new environments. And so therefore, there's new stimulus controls and new contingencies, new reinforcers and punishers. Think of this as a behavior that opens your client's world to new contingencies or produces significant life changes, like, for example, crawling or walking, reading, generalized imitation, using the internet. All of these behaviors, when acquired, actually allot us opportunities. Like crawling is one I use often as an example because the first time a child can crawl, they are now able to take themselves from one setting to another. And in that other setting, we've got new available contingencies, new reinforcers, new punishers as well. Same with walking, same with reading, and of course using the internet. That's the cusp of the century, isn't it? Because by being able to log on and go online, how much are we able to access? A lot, for better or for worse, right? So the similarity, both are absolutely building block behaviors and should be taught first. The difference, behavior cusps promote accessing new contingencies, new environments. Pivotal behaviors promote untrained behavior, promotes generalization. And that's important, right? Because it's time saving. We want our clients to learn a little bit from us, but in such a way that they can generate additional learning outside of a training environment or setting. Anyway, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
Well, wasn't that helpful?
Hi guys, welcome to Fact Friday. This week we're talking about
Fact Friday
and stimulus prompts. The similarity is this: they're both prompting behavior to occur, but what they act upon is what makes them different. So response prompts, they actually act upon the response itself, not the antecedent stimulus. So giving somebody a verbal instruction, leading them to a particular location, physical prompting, modeling a particular response. This all is acting upon the response versus a stimulus prompt. Now, a stimulus prompt acts on the antecedent stimulus. It's essentially an added SD that makes the SD more salient. It's almost like something that you add to the SD to make the SD go, hey, look at me, I'm the SD. And this can take lots of forms. There could be movement, right, where you can point to it, touch to it, look at it, draw attention to it.
What the fuck's an SD?
Location, physical prompting, modeling a particular response. This all is acting upon the response versus a stimulus prompt. Now, a stimulus prompt acts on the antecedent stimulus. It's essentially an added SD that makes the SD more salient. It's almost like something that you add to the SD to make the SD go, hey, look at me, I'm the SD. And this can take lots of forms. There could be movement, right, where you can point to it, touch to it, look at it, draw attention to it. Hey, it's this one over here, right? Position, moving it.
See. Discriminative. Okay, they call it an SD, yet it's DS. Discriminative stimulus. A cue prompt stimulus that is used consistently to gain a specific response. Okay.
Closer to make it more salient as the thing to evoke the response. And then, of course, redundancy cues, where you pair the correct response with some dimension of the stimulus. That is what you're trying to get the person to respond with. So writing the word red in red, that's a redundancy cue, right? It's both red and it says red, and you're trying to evoke the response red. Anyway, I hope that helps, but the key is that stimulus prompts are on the SD. Response prompts act on the actual behavior, which is confusing because they both actually help to evoke the behavior or have the correct response be emitted when the SD isn't enough. All right? And don't forget, they can be faded. In fact, they should be faded. So one of the things we have to remember is that they are temporary. And if you can remove the prompt and the person still knows what to do, that's how you know that it is in fact a prompt and not an SD. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Hi there. Welcome.
Boy, she goes quick.
Hello and welcome to Study Nurse ABA Live. Today I'm going to be teaching my supervisee over here how to remember response generalization and stimulus generalization. It's really not that hard. Come learn with me. It's going to be so fun. Okay, so we have, oh, that marker sucks. That marker. So we have response, stimulus, and we're talking about the generalizations, right? So we have response and stimulus generalization. Now, my trick is, and I've copyrighted this, is when you're doing this, put the word more in front of it. Or I mean, I'm sorry, not more, multiple. Okay, now how does this read?
I mean, multiple response,
Yes.
multiple stimulus.
Okay, there, that tells us. So, you're always going to draw out this diagram for either. You can draw as many legs on it as you want. Draw it out twice. So here, we know it's multiple responses. So all of these are going to be responses. Response 1, response 2, response 3. And if there's multiple responses, there's one stimulus. The same goes here. This one says multiple stimuli. So we're going to have stimulus 1, stimulus 2, stimulus 3, stimulus 4. And if we have multiple stimuli, we have how many responses?
1.
Perfect. Good. So now you could plug in any example you get. So let's say you take a test and it's saying, you have your friend John, and when John comes, he'll say, so we have John, he'll say, hi, hey, what's up, yo, right? We have all those responses. So when I walk into the room, He could say all those different things, right? Are those multiple stimuli that's going on or multiple responses?
Responses.
Good, responses. So they all are functionally the same, but you could say them differently, right? And that's how we want things to generalize. So that would be here. If I put hi in one, hey in another, sup and yo in another, and the stimulus would be me walking in, right? I'm the SD, the stimulus walking in, and let's say person, or it could be Liat. So that would be, I figured this out because I see, oh, there's multiple responses going on here. So it's response generalization. Now, let's say we have one response. I teach someone to say, the response is, I could use the hello again, but now I'm going to change it around to do it over here. So let's say we have a situation and it is, you come to ABA and I've taught you to say, hi, how are you, right? And you could say it to mom, you can say it to dad, you can say it to a stranger on the street, or you could say it's a hot guy that you meet at a bar. Okay? So, which one of these is a response?
The hi.
The hi. So we have, and we only have one in this example. Which one? Then we have all these are going to be the stimuli. We have mom. Mom walks in, you can say hi. Dad. Stranger. Hottie. So